Hi, this is the Democratic Alliance Labour Law Report. It's the weekly Labour Law Report, and I am pleased that you've tuned in, and I'm pleased that you're listening. So thank you very much for this. This is the DA Labour Report, Sunday the 4th of July 2021. A lot has happened in the labour law field during this past week. I know that everyone has been taken up enormously with the Zuma future incarceration, and there's no appeal from the Constitutional Court, although you might have seen that Zuma is now trying his luck with another court to see if he could try and kick for touch. This is a man that said that he was desperate to have his day in court. Well, when he had his day in court, he never pitched up, and he now has to unfortunately face some music of the 15 months in jail. But we are advised that in fact he won't spend 15 months in jail. On good behaviour he'll spend almost 4 months, and then who knows where he's going to go and how he's going to be treated. He'll probably go to Victor Verster prison and to Mandela's old house there and live the life of Riley. So I wouldn't worry too much about him, and that's even if he pitches. Who knows? We don't even know where he is at the moment. But to go on to some of our labour issues, and thank you once again for tuning in. We've had the South African Local Government Association who's chirped in about the Auditor General's report on the various municipalities. And I'm looking down because I'm looking at some of their reports, but 50% of the municipalities in the country have outstanding creditors. And that's greater than the available cash that they've got. In other words, most of the municipalities are bankrupt. And that's something. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, what's that got to do with labour? And I'm going to explain and try and expand to you as to how the failure of municipalities has got a lot to do with labour. And you'll see what's actually happening. So let's have a look at it. And I'm again reading from some reports. Now you can't make this stuff up. I mean, it's unbelievable. Lewis Carroll couldn't even write stories like this. The Richards Bay Minerals are going to shut their operation. In fact, they have shut their operation because of the safety of their workers. In other words, the municipality can't offer any safety, and one of their managers has just been murdered, so they've closed down the entire operation. That's thousands of people sitting at home, earning no salary, because safety can't be guaranteed. I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable. Well, let's go on. Clover. Now, you all read about this, I'm sure. Clover, which is an international company, have announced, and I'm reading again, ongoing poor service delivery in the Northwest. In other words, they're saying they can't get electricity, they can't get water, they can't be guaranteed of services, and so they want to close and relocate. Again, all the workers will lose their jobs. And often people say, well, if the municipality is bankrupt, it's not my issue. But we're living there. We're living in South Africa. We can't have municipalities collapsing and not giving any service delivery, because it's going to impinge on everyone, on both you and me. When someone loses their job, they've got to turn somewhere to get money to put food on the table. Well, they might turn to crime, they might turn to drugs, they might turn to despondency, who knows? But we can't have the municipalities doing this to us. Well, there's a third one, and I'm just taking a few examples. I can tell you hundreds, but I'm taking the bigger ones. Omar Rusks, we all know Omar Rusks, it's an institution in South Africa. They've got a factory in Maltino in the Eastern Cape. Well, they're saying they have to relocate because the roads around their factories are so bad that they can't deliver the rusks. In fact, I was listening to almost a humorous report where one of the managers is saying where they have whole rusks, they deliver it and it gets to the other side and it's turned into crumble. In other words, the road is bad, the boxes are jumping up and down, and they can't carry on like this. They can't have roads that are so dysfunctional that they can't deliver their rusks. So they're going to probably have to close down, relocate. Now, I'm hearing from clients of mine at Bagram's attorneys, smaller firms, that they're going to have to relocate to other jurisdictions across the border, Botswana, Zambia, Mozambique, even Zimbabwe, because they're getting no service delivery from the municipalities. I mean, that's absolutely horrific. well, it's even more horrific for the people that work there. That's a real problem. There is one glimmer of hope, and that's the Western Province and the municipalities here. We've just seen that Amazon has just recently announced that they're going to move and establish their headquarters, their African headquarters, to Cape Town. And they're going to set up factory, potentially creating 20,000 jobs and injecting 4 billion rand into the local economy. So well done to the Western Province. Well done to them. So I'm Michael Bagram. I'm the Labour spokesperson for the Democratic Alliance, and thank you for tuning in today, Sunday, the 4th of July, 2021. Well, interesting. Business and Labour now want relief for the workers. That's both BUSA, Business Unity South Africa, and COSATU. They're saying that this 14-day lockdown, which was foisted on us unceremoniously, when the president knows that it's the lockdown that's destroying the economy, not COVID, but the lockdown. So he uses the lockdown as a blunt instrument to, instead of actually sending out vaccines, instead of procuring vaccines, distributing vaccines, and instead of spending their time and energy getting that right, which they've got wrong so far, they're using some other blunt instrument as lockdowns and saying, look, we're doing something. Well, what are they doing? They're destroying the economy at the same time, and doctors are telling us that because of the poverty that is now so widespread, people can't afford their medication for all their other ailments. I mean, just think about it. So people are dying of other ailments, not COVID, because they're too scared to go to the clinics, the hospitals are overrun, and people are saying that they are now dying from the other diseases. TB, for instance, is now running rampant. It is ridiculous. We should be spending our time and energy on the vaccine, and we shouldn't be destroying business instead of getting the vaccine. And this is what's happening all the time. This 14-day lockdown, I think, is going to be devastating. It'll be even worse if it gets extended. On this level 4, we've already seen that it can't do it. Now, even President Ramaphosa's greatest supporters, his premier up in Gauteng, is saying they can't afford this. It's unbelievable. So let's hope that with the municipalities going bankrupt, with the vaccine not being distributed, that government actually does something. For a change, they should actually do something, because everyone's getting affected. It's not an us and them, it's everyone. We're all in this together. And of course, businesses across the board are suffering, let alone, of course, the industry that really suffers. Tourism, restaurants, everything to do with entertainment, everything to do with alcohol. We need to spare a thought for them, because that's absolutely horrific. I want to just tell you another story. It would be funny if it wasn't serious, and even Lewis Carroll can't tell you a story like this, but a city councillor has been found guilty of rape and is in jail. He's from the Municipal municipality, but he's still receiving his salary and his increase, and no one can explain it, absolutely no one at all. I've been reading about this, and I'm smiling, because this is unbelievable. The private sector, most people can't get a salary at all, but here's a man sitting in jail after rape and still receiving his salary. I'm hoping, of course, that the Auditor General, Auditor Maluki, she is a wonderful woman. She's got extended powers. We once spoke about it in one of our podcasts, and I'm hoping that she does use those extended powers and take swift action for theft, fraud, and starts prosecuting people. This is absolutely ridiculous. We have seen that the manufacturing services are down again, and possibly down because people are saying we can't actually do business in these jurisdictions. So thank you once again for listening to me. I really appreciate it. Sunday the 4th of July 2021. It's Michael Bagram on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. Please let me have some feedback and distribute this to your friends. Thank you very much.